ಮಿಹಾಗೆ ಮಾಮಾ ಹೌಲಾ ಸೀದಾ ಗುಳುಂ ಹುರಿ ಬಲಿತ ಮಿಗುತುಂ ಕೇಂ ಬೊಯ್ಮುಗೆ ನುರಂಗಳು ಆದತಕ ಹೆಲಿಫೆಲಿವೆಗಳು ಮದೂಮಾ ದುಂಫತ್ ಕೆ ಇಸ್ತಿಮಾಲ್ ಕುರುಂ ಅದಿ ರಾಬುಯಿಂ ಫದ ಆದಕಾದತಂ ಹಿಮೆನೆ
Making headlines this hour, President seeks condolences on passing of Maldives tourism pioneer Muhammad Umar Manik. The President extends greetings and appreciation to all engineers serving across diverse sectors and formally declares 30th August as Maldives Engineers Day, to be observed annually at the national level. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu embarks on an official visit to the People's Republic of China at the invitation of President Xi Jinping to participate in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit. On the 7th anniversary of its inauguration, President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu commemorates the Sinmala Bridge, highlighting its role in fostering a strong relationship between Maldives and China. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to PSM News in English with me, Minha Maroof. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu announces that the government will introduce a National Engineers Award from 2026 to recognize the invaluable contributions of engineers to the nation. He made the announcement while addressing the inaugural National Engineers Day celebrated in the Maldives. The President extended greetings and appreciation to all engineers serving across diverse sectors and formally declared 30th August as Maldives Engineers Day, to be observed annually at the national level. The date was selected to coincide with the inauguration of the Sinmala Bridge, the country's largest infrastructure project. Reflecting on the transformative impact of the Sinmala Bridge on the social and economic life of Maldivians over the past 7 years, the President underscored the pivotal role of engineers in realizing the administration's vision of making the Maldives a developed nation by 2040, advancing digitalization and achieving renewable energy goals. The President further affirmed the government's commitment to expanding opportunities for academic research, education and training in engineering fields, alongside recognition through the National Engineers Award. Concluding his remarks, President Dr. Muizzu highlighted the ingenuity and innovation of Maldivian ancestors, noting that today's engineers continue this legacy by driving national progress. He ended his address with a prayer for a golden era of prosperity for the Maldives. President Dr. Mohammad Muizzu embarks on an official visit to the People's Republic of China at the invitation of President Xi Jinping to participate in the Shanghai Cooperation Organization SCO Summit. During the visit, President Dr. Muizzu is scheduled to hold bilateral meetings with President Xi Jinping and other foreign leaders. Furthermore, the President will participate in high-level engagements during the SCO Summit. President Dr. Muizzu will deliver a statement at the SCO Plus meeting where he will underscore the importance of multilateral cooperation in addressing global challenges such as climate change, economic fragmentation, and geopolitical tensions. The SCO is a regional body focused on political, economic, and security matters across Eurasia. It was formed in 2001 by 6 nations: China, Russia, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. As the world's largest regional organization in terms of geographic scope and population, SCO has now expanded to 10 member states, with several more engaged as observers or dialogue partners. The Maldives is a dialogue partner of SCO. On the 7th anniversary of its inauguration, President Dr. Mohammad Moizu commemorates the Sinamale Bridge, highlighting its role in fostering a strong relationship between Maldives and China.
رئيس الجمهورية دكتور محمد مويز فيدال في سينما بريج مشروعكي راجع كوريا راتي ومكا هلونو ورم مهم تروت كما ميدي بهراجع China.
In a social media post, the president expressed how the bridge stands as a testament to the collaboration and mutual trust developed over the years. During this occasion, the president underscored the importance of the Sinamale Bridge in the Maldives' development, referring to it as a vital conduit for progress. The Sinamale Bridge, which was constructed under the full supervision of President Moizu during his tenure as Minister of Housing, has become a landmark project for the country. Referring to it, he remarked about its significance and the successful partnership that brought it to fruition. In January of the previous year, during an interview with a Chinese television channel, President Moizu remarked on the ambitious nature of similar projects like Sinamale Bridge in the Indian Ocean region. Such initiatives are pivotal for enhancing connectivity and stimulating development for the communities involved, he had said. Commissioned in mid-2014, the Sinamale Bridge was completed in just under 4 years, opening on 30th August amidst vibrant celebrations. The total cost of the project amounted to $300 million, with significant financial contributions from the Chinese government, including a $100 million grant aid and an additional $170 million loan assistance. Structurally, the bridge spans 1.39 kilometers in length and is designed to symbolize the enduring friendship between Maldives and China. With a width of 20.3 meters, it features 2 lanes for vehicular traffic and 2 lanes dedicated to cyclists, facilitating transport and improving accessibility for residents in Male, Hurumale, and the surrounding areas. The President's remarks serve as a reminder of the ongoing collaboration between the two nations, with the Sinamale Bridge standing tall as a beacon of hope and partnership in the face of future developments. Ambassador of China to the Maldives, Kong Xianghua, says the Free Trade Agreement (FTA) between the Maldives and China, which came into effect on 1st January, is poised to deliver significant benefits to the Maldivian people. In an exclusive interview with PSM News, Ambassador Kong highlighted the enormous opportunity for Maldivian fish and seafood products in the vast Chinese market. Before the FTA, Maldivian products were not widely seen in China, despite China being a major importer of seafood. However, Ambassador Kong said the agreement has already increased demand for Maldivian products, which are now establishing a brand presence in the Chinese market.
Now, our Maldivian friends know that China is the largest importer of seafood. You know, before the inauguration of CMFTA, Maldivian exporters did not export fishery products to China. Most of Maldivian fishery products exported to developed countries. That makes sense because tuna, jackfish, luxury products. But nowadays, the consumption power in China are really huge. I believe there is a great potential for Maldivian tuna and other fishery products.
The ambassador stated that the Chinese market would greatly benefit the people of the Maldives in the coming years and predicted the most significant impact would be visible within 1 to 2 years. He confirmed he is working closely with the Ministry of Economic Development and Trade to promote Maldivian products in China. A key provision of the FTA is the elimination of tariffs on over 90% of Maldivian products, including nearly all fish and seafood, providing duty-free access to the Chinese market. This was a major focus for President Dr. Mohammad Moizu, who pushed for the activation of the agreement after years of delay. In addition to boosting fisheries exports, the FTA is expected to facilitate exports and re-exports, creating new businesses and job opportunities in the Maldives. The Maldivian government anticipates the agreement will expand the processing and export of Maldivian fisheries and other goods. Access to China's large market of over 1.4 billion people is expected to accelerate the growth of Maldivian businesses and its economy. The Maldivian administration projects the FTA could boost the annual bilateral trade volume from approximately $700 million to $1 billion.
Also, for a long time to come, the core of our relations is to build the China-Maldives community of a shared future.
The agreement also includes provisions for investment protection and facilitation, potentially attracting Chinese investment into Maldivian industries like marine product processing and aquaculture. It also provides opportunities for Maldivian service providers and entrepreneurs to expand into the Chinese market. The Maldives launches a $25 million project funded by the Green Climate Fund, GCF, to build national resilience against climate change. The announcement was officially made by the Minister of Tourism and Environment, Tariq Ibrahim, during the sidelines of a regional forum in Fiji. The initiative, developed with the UN Environment Programme, UNEP, will strengthen climate information services and install early warning systems across the archipelago. Minister Tariq emphasized the critical importance of early preparation for the Maldives, a small island nation acutely vulnerable to rising sea levels and extreme weather. The $25 million grant will fund a project known as the Transformational Climate Resilience and Adaptation Program, TRACT, that focuses on several key areas like improving risk knowledge, early warning systems, enhancing forecasting and strengthening information dissemination. The TRACT program is aligned with the UN Secretary-General's Early Warnings for All initiative, which aims to protect every person on Earth by 2027. The Maldives is one of the first 30 nations globally selected to receive this specialized support. The project's launch was officially announced during the 6th Ministers and Environment Authorities of Asia-Pacific Forum, which was held in Fiji from 26 to 29 August. During the forum, Minister Tariq engaged with international stakeholders to strengthen collaborations. Outcomes from the forum will also contribute to the 7th session of the UN Environment Assembly, UNEA 7, scheduled for December 2025. The project's successful approval underscores the international community's recognition of the Maldives' commitment to tackling the escalating effects of climate change and building a resilient future for its people. In a significant boost for national food security, the farmers of Goidu, Shaviani Atoll, becomes the first in the Maldives to receive certification under the new Maldives Good Agricultural Practices MGAP scheme. The milestone was celebrated in a ceremony where the Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare presented the official certificates. The MGAP certification is a national initiative aimed at promoting sustainable and environmentally friendly farming. Its goals include strengthening the Maldives' food security, enhancing the quality and safety of locally produced food, and reducing reliance on imports. In her address, the Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare, Dr. Mariam Maria, praised Goidu for setting a national example. The minister added that the certification, which encourages environmentally friendly practices and high produce quality, would bolster food security for all Maldivians. Minister Maria underscored the government's commitment to supporting the agricultural sector. She noted that the ministry is dedicated to empowering youth and women in farming and establishing sustainable food systems. The promotion of MGAP certified products is expected to not only ensure food security, but also eventually allow Maldivian farm products to be sold in international markets. Highlighting the pivotal role of farmers, the minister said that the dedication and hard work of farmers is the main foundation of the country's food security and economic growth. The minister concluded by congratulating the farmers on their achievement and expressing hope that the certification would inspire more young people to join the agricultural sector. The MGAP scheme is part of a broader strategy by the government to enhance agricultural standards and reduce import dependency. Maldives Customs Services figures show Maldives' exports witnessed a dramatic surge in July, recording a 222% increase compared to the same period last year. According to customs figures, exports reached $13.6 million in July this year, a significant jump from the $4.2 million in July of the previous year. This strong performance builds upon a solid first 7 months of the year, where cumulative exports increased by 52% compared to the same period last year. The Maldives exported goods valued at $90.7 million in the first 7 months of 2025 compared to $61.2 million in the corresponding period of 2024. Fish and fish products continue to be the backbone of the Maldivian export economy, with frozen and chilled seafood alongside various fish products constituted the largest share of exports in the past 7 months. The key markets for these exports were Thailand, worth around $52.5 million, and the United Kingdom, with goods worth $16.4 million. According to customs data, while exports have soared, Maldives continues to heavily rely on imports. In July alone, goods worth $291 million were imported. The primary sources of these imports in July were as follows: China with $46.1 million, India with $45.6 million, UAE with $40.3 million, Oman with $33.2 million, and Singapore with $28 million. Import and export revenue in July amounted to $19.1 million, down from $23.6 million in July last year. The Maldives' export surge signifies a positive trend for the nation's economy, particularly within the crucial fisheries sector. However, the continued high level of imports underscores the ongoing challenge of achieving a more balanced trade environment and diversifying the economy beyond its core exports. A compliance audit report released by the Auditor General's Office shows the Employment Tribunal of the Maldives decided 273 cases last year. This comes as the tribunal, legally mandated to handle employment disputes in the country, experienced a notable increase in new case submissions. The audit report indicates that 277 new cases were filed with the tribunal last year, marking a 38.5% increase compared to the 200 cases reported the previous year. While the number of cases submitted rose, the tribunal maintained a steady pace in resolving cases, deciding 273 cases last year. According to the Employment Tribunal's audit report, however, this figure represents a slight decrease of 2.5% compared to the 280 cases decided in 2023. A significant concern highlighted in the audit report is the growing backlog of pending cases. As of last year, 244 cases remained unresolved, including those filed in 2023. This is a substantial increase from the 124 cases pending in the previous year. Beyond case statistics, the Auditor General's compliance audit also reviewed the tribunal's financial management. The report concluded that the Employment Tribunal operated within its allocated budget and adhered to financial regulations throughout last year. The Employment Tribunal, established under the Employment Act, is responsible for resolving disputes between employers and employees, as well as other matters stipulated by relevant laws and agreements. The tribunal comprises 7 members, including a president and vice president appointed by the President of the Maldives. The U.S. tariff exemption for package shipments valued under $800 ends, raising costs and disrupting supply chain models for e-commerce companies, small businesses using online marketplaces, and consumers alike. The U.S. Customs and Border Protection (CBP) began collecting standard duty rates on all global parcel imports, regardless of value, country of origin, or mode of transportation, on to $200 per package shipped for packages from China and Hong Kong in May, as part of an effort to halt the shipments of phenyl and its precursor chemicals into the U.S. The de minimis exception has been in place since 1938, starting at $5 for gift imports, and was raised from $200 to $800 in 2015 as a means to foster small businesses' growth on e-commerce marketplaces. But direct shipments from China exploded after Trump raised tariffs on Chinese goods during his first term, creating a new direct-to-consumer business model for e-commerce firms Shein and Temu. In a United Nations Security Council meeting, UK Ambassador to the UN, Barbara Woodward, describes the famine in Gaza City as entirely man-made and a moral outrage. She called on Israel to promptly lift its restrictions on aid to the region. Gaza City and surrounding areas are officially suffering from famine, and it will likely spread, a global hunger monitor determined on 29 August, Friday. The Integrated Food Security Phase Classification System said 514,000 people, nearly a quarter of Palestinians in Gaza, are experiencing famine, and that it is due to rise to 641,000 by the end of September.
The IPC's confirmation of famine in Gaza City marks the first officially recorded famine in modern history in the Middle East. It is entirely man-made and, as my Foreign Secretary has said, it is a moral outrage. Over 100 children in Gaza's borders. I have two clear messages for Israel. Immediately lift restrictions and allow food, medical supplies and fuel to reach those in desperate need in line with international humanitarian law. And allow the UN and international NGOs to carry out their life-saving work without obstruction.
Israel asked a global hunger monitor on 27 August, Wednesday, to retract an assessment. Israel wrongfully dismissed the findings as false and biased, saying the IPC had based its survey on partial data largely provided by Hamas, which did not supposedly take into account a recent influx of food. Alexander Isak's future amid speculation surrounding the player's status as the Premier League transfer window approaches its September 1st deadline. Slots pre-conference ahead of Sunday's home clash against Arsenal centred on transfer activity, with reports suggesting Newcastle may have secured Stuttgart forward Nick Woutmade. According to media reports from the UK, Isak was the subject of a $148 million bid from Liverpool earlier this month.
Newcastle signed, if it's true, and I have no reason not to believe what you are saying, a new number 9. So that's very nice for Eddie, because Anthony Gordon is suspended, and Isak has not been training with the team a lot, so it's nice for him to have another number 9.
While Liverpool and Arsenal have both won their opening 2 games, Slot said it was important to avoid dropping points this early against Mikel Arteta's team, who are hungry for a league title after finishing as runners-up the last 3 seasons. Slot said Conor Bradley and Alexis McAllister returned to training this week, while his squad did not pick up any injuries in their 3-2 league win over Newcastle. The Dutch coach also praised new signing Hugo Ekitike, who has 3 goals in 3 games in all competitions since joining from Eintracht Frankfurt last month. More than 500 players from around the world battled it out on the pitch in Oslo for the Homeless World Cup, an international tournament bringing together football teams made up from players who are experiencing homelessness or are economically or socially marginalized. The tournament, taking place in the center city near the City Hall, is the 20th edition of the Cup, which started in 2003. The competition aims to inspire people experiencing homelessness to change their lives while challenging global perceptions and stigma, according to the Homeless World Cup Foundation, which runs the contest. Under a blue sky, supporters gathered in stands around the main pitch to watch teams play, cheering on as both men's and women's squads competed through the day. The tournament is open to players over the age of 16 who have experienced homelessness or are economically or socially marginalized.
They are absolutely amazing people. It's been the best experience of my life. Every one of us, I mean, I never met these people up to 3 months ago, 12 weeks training. And yeah, we just clicked. The lads as well.
Players are chosen by 70 organizations around the world that partner with the Homeless World Cup and that use football to tackle homelessness and social issues. For 57-year-old Fiona Tafe, the opportunity to play on the women's team traveling from Ireland had given her new confidence after she experienced drug addiction and homelessness before seeking rehabilitation. The tournament, which gathers participants from 48 countries, according to organizers, will conclude on Saturday, 30th of August. And that's all we have for now. Thank you for watching. Wish you all a pleasant day ahead.